to my channel. So today we are doing organization for beginners. I've had a couple of comments recently from you guys asking how to go about getting into organization and how to become more of an organized person and where to start, because a lot of videos and even blog posts and whatnot about organization are like, do this, do this, do this, do this, and it doesn't really work that simply. Like, you don't just wake up one morning and go, guess what, I'm a new person, I'm super organized. Like, it takes time. So in today's video, I thought I would chat to you about two really important things that I kind of feel like are the fundamentals to organization, things that will help you ease into creating new routines for yourself and new habits for yourself. And I think it's a really good place to start changing, to become more organized. I gotta get these words out today. And yeah, I just thought I would share that with you. Today I thought I would go through two things and the really easy ways that you can start becoming more organized. So let's get started. So the first half of everything that I wanted to talk about is decluttering. And that's a really broad statement or whatever, but there's a lot more to it than just decluttering. I started decluttering about a year ago. It was like towards the end of 2016, and it has changed everything. I've found that it makes it so much easier for me to keep everything clean. My house is less likely to get messy as often. And if it is messy, it's not like a horrific mess that's really hard to clean up and put stuff away. Like, it's actually really easy. So decluttering is really, really important. The reason it's really important is because having a messy space is really demotivating, and it's really hard to become more organized if things don't have a place. And that was what I realized about a year ago. I was like, I have too much stuff and not enough space to keep it all. So it meant that things were like getting too full in my wardrobe. I didn't have enough hanging space. I couldn't fit things in my drawers properly, or I couldn't have everything in its spot at the one time. I would have stuff on benches and on my chest of drawers and on the dining table because I didn't have room for it in a particular place. And that's when I realized, I was like, we own way too much stuff as humans, and we put too much of an emotional connection to just items and objects, and it's really weird. So I've spent the last year kind of learning how to be better at decluttering. At first, it's going to be really hard for you because you will have that really odd emotional connection to things. But as you practice it and you get better at it, you'll be able to become like super cutthroat, and you'll be able to throw stuff out all the time. And it totally changes your entire environment. So obviously, decluttering as a whole can be really, really overwhelming, and it can seem really time consuming. And that's a bit like, I don't even want to start because I don't know where to start. The easiest place to start is to pick a space within your home. I personally think like clothing decluttering is the easiest. I started with clothing decluttering and my wardrobe declutter, which I'll actually link all those videos in the description. They're about a year old now, and I'm about to do the same thing because we've just gone into a new season here and I need to get new clothes and I'm ready to kind of refresh everything. So I'm about to do another wardrobe declutter. But that's where I started. I thought that that was the easiest place because guarantee you, half of you who are watching this video are going to look around your room and be like, half of my mess is clothes. And even now I can see piles of clothes down there that really need to be cleaned up. I feel like clothes cause so much mess in people's homes. It's because we own too many and we don't even wear half of them. So for me, like chest of drawers, I think that's probably the easiest place to start. If you have drawers full of clothes, and you don't even have to tackle the whole thing if that's too much for you. Start with one drawer per day and then just kind of go through it. And even if you only throw out one thing, at least you've made some progress. So what I would suggest doing is, if you really need to ease into it, a drawer per day, and once the whole thing is completed, wait maybe 2 weeks to a month and come back and just do it again. And you'll find that it'll be so much easier to keep clearing stuff out. And then eventually you'll have enough space for all of your clothes, and putting clothes away won't become an issue anymore because they'll just fit neatly in your drawers and you don't have to shove things in. And I'm starting to get to that point again where things are starting to get too full, so that's why I need to declutter again. And if you're sitting here wondering like, how do I know what to throw out? Well, I feel like the pretty standard rules are, have you worn it for the last 6 months? And if you're not doing clothes, have you used it for the last 6 months? Is it something that you've used? And if it isn't, think about it. Are you going to use it for the next week? Are you going to wear it in the next week? And if you're definitely like, no, I won't, then get rid of it. If you're unsure, give it a week. If you haven't worn it, get rid of it. Keep things that have sentimental value, like I have a dress in my closet that my mum bought for me, and it's not because it was bought for a special occasion. I just purely remember the shopping trip that we went on, and I want to keep that because it means a lot to me. It has great memories. I've had it for about 8 years. I will probably wear this dress again. I think it's one of those like timeless dresses that you could just keep wearing, so I'll probably wear it again, but I want to keep it because it means a lot to me. But there's so many other dresses that I have just bought for different occasions that I just stopped wearing, and it wasn't necessary to keep them, so I got rid of it. And I think that's a really great place to start. And if you don't want to do your wardrobe and you don't want to do your clothes, pick something else in your house. Maybe start with your desk and just work little section by little section. Do a little bit each day. If you want to do it all in one day on a weekend, that's totally fine as well. But don't feel like you have to tackle an entire room in one go or your whole house in one go. I'm still decluttering, and it's in September 2017, and I started about a year ago. Like, this is a long process. You have to understand this isn't going to happen straight away. The whole place isn't going to be like completely perfect, and you have to understand it's not a once off. You have to keep doing it time and time again. Like I said, I started with a wardrobe declutter, and it's now a new season, and I have to do it again because we buy things, we add them to our homes, and if we're not clearing stuff out, then we get too stacked up and everything gets way too overwhelming. So I really think that decluttering is going to change how you approach organization. I think it's the most important part of organization because it's too hard to get in and start organizing things when you have too many things. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying you have to go out and be a minimalist. I don't consider myself a minimalist at all. I like to call myself a simplist. I like to have the most simple form of everything. You can collect things. I collect coffee mugs, so I have like a million coffee mugs. But you know, I have 6 plates, and I feel like 6 plates is enough for me. If you have a really big family, have more than that. If you feel like 6 plates is too little for you, too many for you, then have less. It's about just finding what works in the most simplest form for you and not having excessive amounts. So that's what I like to do. So if you want to go down that minimalist path, you can totally do that too. But I feel like this is kind of one step back, and it's not being a hoarder and having excessive amounts, but just having the right amount. So yeah, decluttering is the first point that I have to tell you, and just take your time, like ease into it, get used to it, and keep doing it and keep practicing. And eventually you'll be able to throw stuff out without having any emotional attachment, and it will be amazing. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of like self-organization. I feel like the first part is kind of like the basic physical organization. The second part is more like a mental organization. I am a lover of pens and pencils and books and diaries. Like that's me. I love it. My desk is covered in a couple of notebooks. Again, I have quite a few different notebooks because I like to categorize things, and that's how I work organizing things. But one of the habits of successful people is to get all of their thoughts out. They write things down. If pen and paper isn't for you, totally go digital. Write diary notes in like different Word applications. You can have calendars, everything that you need, but you need to get it out of your mind. Like, you're not going to start seeing a change or working towards anything if you don't get it out of your mind. One of my favorite ways of creating to-do lists and working with things is not only in my little notebooks and my diaries, but it's literally just grabbing a plain piece of paper and just writing a to-do list on that. I do it all the time. I've got my printer behind me. If I need to write some to-do lists, I'll just grab some paper out and I'll start writing. I think if you're gonna start with this, why not grab one piece of paper and write down every single thing that you want to start decluttering in your room, and tie this sort of mental organization in with your physical organization, and write down every part of your room that you would like to declutter. Then grab another piece of paper and write down everything that you would like to declutter today or this week. So if it's going to be your chest of drawers, you could write Monday, top drawer, Tuesday, second drawer, and you could break it down into more and more to-do lists. That's what I like to do. I have more than one. I have like a big overall to-do list, and then I have a smaller one to be able to get me through that day or that week. And I think that's really, really helpful and a super easy way to start. You don't need to go out and buy a fancy notebook. Just grab a couple pieces of paper and start your lists. And that's going to help you kind of have a game plan on where to start with your physical organization, and I really like that. And then you can get into the really fun creative organizational things like mood boards and like, you know, creating like goal ideas that you can put on your wall so you can visualize things. That's where it gets really fun, but it's also really overwhelming if you haven't got an idea of where to start. So start writing to-do lists, start getting some ideas out, and you can totally start with the fact that you're going to be decluttering your place. That's how you can practice these to-do lists, and you can practice crossing them off and see how you feel. Like, actually take a moment to see how you feel once you've crossed stuff off. Trust me, it'll make you feel amazing, and you'll want to keep cleaning and you'll want to keep decluttering. So those are the two really important parts, I think, to beginning and starting to become more organized. I really hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you have any tips, please leave them as a comment down below. And up the top here, you can check out my last video. Down the bottom, I will leave a link to another one of my organization videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.